Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. It was breaking news last night. Everybody's talking about it. Damien Williams opts out. Now, nobody cares why Damien Williams opted out. Nobody is crying that Damien Williams opted out. Nobody really cares. All we care about is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. When do you draft him? Should you draft him? How should you draft him? How's he going to do? Is he going to perform? My DM was inundated when this news broke. Now, if you guys want breaking news as it happens, you got a couple options. You could text me below. I usually break it via text, or even better, follow on my Instagram at Fantasy Football Counselor. Right now, the #1 verified IG page. As soon as this broke, I was first to tell people about Clyde Edwards-Helaire situation, a little bit of what I thought, a sneak peek, but then I'm going to dive into a little bit more deeply here on YouTube. So guys, make sure you guys are following the #1 verified IG page at Fantasy Football Counselor. Guys, I'm telling you, breaking news as it happens. I break it when it comes to fantasy football first. Okay, so do that. Now let's talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Again, before I do, make sure you guys get the 16-round draft solution linked up below. Draft kits are dead. Draft guides are dead. This is the future, the first ever video training. Get it below, guys, or head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. I will help you guys crush your leagues. It's like having me at the draft with you. 16-round draft solution is the game changer. Linked it below here on YouTube, or of course, thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Smash the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And leave your fantasy questions below. I'll try to get to as many as I can. Let's talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Damien Williams. First of all, Damien Williams opting out. I told you he sucks for years. I've been trying to tell you this. Everyone was drafting him, beginning of round 2. I said, stay away from Damien Williams. A lot of you guys did. Congratulations, you avoided that potential bust. Now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I got to tell you, the way that it sits right now, it's very appealing. It's very exciting. And the opportunity is through the roof. Everyone's going crazy. But I'm just going to tell you guys just to be careful. Let's take a look at this, calculated, and make a proper decision. Let's be surgical with this. Let's look at the situation, the scenario. Do we trust the Chiefs with fantasy football running backs? Big question. So let's talk about it. Bird's eye view. First question. Let's talk about scenario. Do you trust the Chiefs? And my big question is no. I do not trust the Chiefs as an organization. They don't care about fantasy at all. I don't think any team cares about fantasy, but these guys specifically hate fantasy. Because all you guys, even though I told you and I said stay away, we're drafting Damien Williams at the beginning of round 2. I said stay away. Do not do this. This is a mistake. Do not do this. I was getting Darwin Thompson as my RB6 on my bench super late, when I think he would have had pretty good flex value, but then what did they do? They buzzkilled the entire situation, bringing LaShawn McCoy in. And in their crazy scheme of thinking, they actually believe LaShawn McCoy was actually good. And he was running with the ball about 5 yards away from his body with a stupid, ugly, shifty move that was doing absolutely nothing except fumbling the ball. So they brought in McCoy, and they actually thought he was good. Now, I can't really knock the Chiefs because they won the Super Bowl and they got a great offense, but that's really predicated on the talent of Pat Mahomes and some other defensive weapons and stuff like that we won't dive into. But we're talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back situation, and the bird's eye view of this. Do we trust the Chiefs? So the answer is no. They can completely screw you. They can completely bring in Devontae Freeman and screw the entire thing. Now, there is, again, lingering free agents, example, Devontae Freeman, that are lingering that they could bring in. Why would they do that? Well, because I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire has had enough reps. And how good is his pass protection? Can he protect the Chiefs' biggest investment, which is Pat Mahomes? It comes down to that question. And the big question is, as of right now, as a coach, I would say I don't trust Clyde Edwards-Helaire as of yet. Has he had enough reps? Has he played in an actual NFL game? Do we trust him? That is the biggest question to me, and that is the biggest. Now, I don't fear a lot. I'm a lion. I go for it. I don't fear a lot, but my concern is the buzzkill. So the Chiefs, I don't trust them. So that's my first flag against Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Number 2, again, like I said, with the world situation, is there going to be enough reps for him to get him in the groove and get him NFL ready? With Damien Williams, they had the safety cushion. They had the pillow. They can fall back. They had the safety net on Damien Williams that they can plug in if they need to protect Pat Mahomes on certain plays, and they can groom and work in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but he is not ready for the NFL as of right now. Now, he could be an exact plug and play, but there is question marks, and those question marks don't concern me because I don't care. I just want to see him come out and be a 3-down back. But the situation comes and lies where what if, for example, the Chiefs just don't trust him and they bring in that veteran? That's my concern. So you got to be aware of that if you invest in Clyde Edwards-Helaire early. And again, you're going to have to with all of the hype surrounding him, and you're going to get him, late first round possibly is where his ADP is now falling. So again, do I trust, the Chiefs? No. Let's move on here. His ADP, again, it's going to be late first round, early second, a huge investment. How do you draft him? Very simple. You draft him as part of a robust RB strategy if you absolutely want him. Am I going to draft him? Probably not. Now, Josh Jacobs obviously doesn't sound as exciting, but definitely safer. I love Josh Jacobs at the end of first round. I feel safer drafting Josh Jacobs because he's got the year under the belt. You kind of know the scenario. I, knock on wood, feel that the Raiders won't really necessarily screw Josh Jacobs by bringing in a Devontae Freeman. I don't feel that threat is there. I feel safer. The guy can catch the ball, and the guy is a strong running back that's fully capable, knock on wood, with Josh Jacobs. So that's a decision you're going to probably have to make near the end of first round, early second. Jacobs, Helaire, to me, I'm leaning towards Jacobs, but love the ceiling of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, trust me, Clyde Edwards-Helaire could be a top 3 running back. He could finish massive ceiling. He could lead running backs in receptions. I believe he had 55 in college last year. The ceiling is through the roof. Now, again, you got to look at the entire situation. We're talking about depth chart. Yes, he's at the top of the depth chart, but that could be buzzkilled with a committee just like this by the Chiefs. Another thing you got to look at is how many attempts is he going to get. Now, they didn't play the entire season. I think Damien Williams played 12 or 13 games, something like that, 11 games. He didn't play a lot. Him and McCoy combined for around 220 attempts combined. That's with the 2 primary running backs. So when you look at, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, let's say he gets 200 attempts, 220, 230. That's very good. We need that type of volume for him to be worth a late first round pick. Now, he may make that up in receptions, but we're not really sure. But when I'm looking at Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I personally, and people are going to think I'm crazy for this, still like Todd Gurley better. The guy's in a situation where he is the lead back on the Falcons offense, which he's going to get a lot of work. There's nobody else that's going to steal into that volume. David Johnson, 3rd, 4th round. He's going to be the workhorse in Houston. And I get excited about these guys the same way people are getting excited about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Trust me, I'm excited about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but there is those question marks that are unresolved. So do not get upset. Heed my warning that the Chiefs may screw this situation up. That's all I'm telling you. So if you draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you're excited like a kid at Christmas time, understandably so, and I kind of got that giddy feeling too, but something in my fantasy senses is telling me just be cautious. So I would go, if you want Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if you're drafting late, first of all, if you go first, you're probably not going to get him if you go first top 4 picks. I mean, he could slide to the beginning of the first round, but we're not sure as of yet. I probably wouldn't invest a top 4 pick. I still like your 4-headed monster with Henry, Zeke, McCaffrey, or Saquon in the first 4 picks. Do I like him more than Kamara? A little bit. I think he's more enticing. I think the ceiling is higher than Kamara's. Do I like him more than Jacobs? Don't feel as safe with it, but I love the ceiling. So if you do, let's say, invest in him in the first round, doesn't matter where you get him. You get him 6th, you get him 8th, you get him 10th. What do? I'm definitely going to try to gun for Jacobs if I can get him and go Helaire and Jacobs if I can. If not, I'm okay comboing Helaire and Todd Gurley there back to back. So either way, I think you're going to be okay if you get him, if you go robust RB and then go like Leonard Fournette and David Johnson. Now you've got yourself a 3-headed monster. Maybe even get Montgomery in the 4th or get Cam Akers later in the 5th. Either way, if you draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire, make sure, I repeat, make sure he is part of a robust RB strategy. And in fact, I'm imploring the robust RB strategy in my 16-round draft solution. You got to get it, guys, at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com, link below. This is the game changer. It's like handing you a championship on a silver platter. Well, there's no guarantees in fantasy, but this is pretty close to bulletproof because your roster is optimal. And to make it optimal, you got to back yourself up, especially with this risky pick at the end of the first round, or maybe even mid-first round, depending in your draft, because you could have a Chiefs fan in your league that picks up Clyde Edwards-Helaire pretty much as early as possible. So you really have to be cautious here with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Do I love him? Yeah, why not? I mean, he's young, he's dynamic, low center of gravity, great vision, going to get the goal line work. He's going to be bowling ball through, through defenders, people bouncing off of him. He's compact, he's strong, catch the ball. What else do you want in a running back? The only problem is he NFL ready? Is he getting enough reps before the season starts? Is he going to be the workhorse? And are the Chiefs going to screw the situation up for fantasy? I think so. I think they could possibly do that, and that's my biggest concern. So heed my warning. Heed my warning. I'm telling you, there's guys that are in situations, Josh Jacobs, Leonard Fournette, Todd Gurley, David Johnson, others that are in situations where they're going to be guaranteed that 240, 260 range guaranteed attempt volume type situation with an 8 touchdown floor for most of the guys I just mentioned. Well, Leonard Fournette had 3 last year, but hopefully he ups his game. That's why I like him so much. And he's due for a contract, right? He's incentivized to play. So in summary, outlook, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, what do you do? Do you draft him? What do you do? Big question. I'm going to say go ahead, do it with the robust RB strategy, and do not be upset if the Chiefs kill the situation. That's my thoughts on this. Love the ceiling, love the upside. This is exciting stuff. And again, nobody cares why Damien Williams opted out. Nobody cares that Damien Williams opted out, or why, or who, or what, or whatever. All we care about is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, understandably so. And I like the opportunity now that Damien Williams is gone. But again, the pass protection, is he ready? That's what we're going to have to find out. All right, guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up. Leave your fantasy questions below. Draft Helaire with a robust RB strategy. And guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate, number one, social media influencer here on Instagram, on social media. Why? Because of you guys, and I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Means the world to me. DM me. There's a text option below. You can text me and then get a service where I give you guys waiver wires, optimal players for the week, DFS, starts and sits, everything in your text. There's a link below as well. Thanks for being here. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Be cautious with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's exciting, but make sure you look at the situation. We'll talk soon, guys. I'm out.